Good evening, everybody. This is Yamila Guerra. Welcome to the most intense musical, artistic, danceable show in social media. It's a pleasure to be here with you, sharing interesting news about what is one of the best civilizations, the best cultures in the world. Okay, we're gonna talk about Greece, Greek art, Greek philosophers, incredible the achievement they made for all of us. So, in the first section, in Mapamundi, we're going to have interesting things about ancient Greek. Also, in Cruel Mirror, we're going to talk about what women in ancient Greece used to put in their faces. How did they take care of their face, what beauty treatments, what products, etc. In Miracle Diet, we're going to talk about Greek food, one of my favorite foods in the world. Why? Because has a lot of nutrients, vitamins, is very healthy. It is included in the Mediterranean diet. So this is my favorite food ever. In second place, the first one is the Cuban cuisine. Also in Contigo, pan y cebolla, with you, bread and onion, we're going to talk about how was the marriage in ancient Greek. So is it interesting to know, uh, are they, for example, are they providing um, any kind of contract? Are the couples marry for love or for convenience? Okay, we're gonna talk more about that. And in the Martians have arrived, we're gonna talk about cumbia dance. I'm gonna teach you basic steps about cumbia rhythm. Is very easy to dance, and many other things that you will delight. Welcome again, and thank you so much to all of you for your attention and support. Okay, you can subscribe to my channel, the YouTube channel, the Yamila Guerra Show, and also in Facebook Live, the Yamila Guerra Show. Welcome again, music, art, dance, interesting things. This is this kind of show. Let's continue with the children section. Okay. Let's go to the crib because I'm gonna put you a vaccine. This is the translation to English from Spanish to English. Súbete a la cuna para ponerte la vacuna. Let's go. So, my friends, welcome to this wonderful section that I love a lot because it's dedicated to our kids, to the children of the family. And we have here, in the market, a lot of vitamins. We have around 50 kind of multivitamins. And it's very important to give kids, since they were born, multivitamins because it strengthens the immune system. Also, you can provide calcium. Also, you enhance eyesight. You can also have, for example, fruits component in the vitamin, for example, that they can eat, or if they don't like it. For example, if you want to give them beets, the beets, the vegetable, and they don't like it, you can buy some multivitamin that has beets on it. I prefer to choose organic ingredients, natural multivitamins. We have in the market different kinds, very cheap, very expensive. I try also to give my kids the best of the best. Also, it's very important to pay attention to the calcium intake in kids because from 1 to 3 years old, they need to take around 700 milligrams of calcium, and from 4 to 8, around 1,000 milligram of calcium, because of the bone development and many things that are attached. The magnesium supplement is very important because it will relax them. They will go very easily to the bed. This is one of the most important thing for mothers, to put children on the bed, and they have to sleep very well. Another thing, I discovered a few months ago a wonderful supplement. It's called warm milk. If your child have problem, if your children have problem with sleeping, you can buy this this supplement in the supermarket, and also in Amazon or in Whole Food. The name is warm milk. This supplement will relax them a lot. So I prefer this than melatonin. I know exists melatonin for kids around 5 milligram is very good. I think it's the best option if your child has a sleep disorder, if your child is anxious or nervous. I think you have to ask the pediatrician first, regarding if it's the melatonin good or bad. This is your consideration. So remember, my friends, pay attention to this. Multivitamin for kids are wonderful. In my case, I'm a mother of two kids. I use both things. I use multivitamin supplements and also fruits and vegetables in their diet. This is the best combination. And little by little, you can add new vegetable for them. For example, one of my kids love broccoli and the other doesn't. So broccoli is, for me, one of the best vegetable for kids because has a lot of nutrients. It's wonderful. So, but the taste is not very good. So sometimes they are not very happy to take broccoli. But I insist. I think the consistency is very important regarding introducing new foods, new fruits, new vegetable to kids, because sometimes they see the color. For example, if they see the brown beans or the black beans, and they say, no, I don't want to eat that bean. So that is the problem. So little by little, they will open if they want, and they will try new things. That is the reason the multivitamin is very important, because if they don't like certain foods, you have to substitute with a multivitamin. Remember, parents, remember, my friends, take multivitamin. Okay, thank you. Let's continue to Cure Mirror. This is a section dedicated to beauty, and it's a sponsor for one of my friends, Realtor Father Brieva, one of the best realtors in South Florida. Let's see his commercial. Dios mío, de lo que, my goodness, what I learned today about Greek women beauty ritual. Today in the beauty section, we're gonna talk about Greek women beauty. So, and I find out that Greek women were not afraid of makeup. They used to combine, for example, charcoal and olive oil to do eyeliners. Oh yes, wonderful. And also with that eyeliner, they put it in their eyebrow. to also have that use. This is, I think, the first time that we see a culture that combine one product with a multi-use. Right now in the market, we have a lot of products that can be your blush, that can be your lipstick, that can be your eyeshadow. This is wonderful. And the Greek were one of the first civilizations who did it, combining use one product in different uses. So another thing they used to use is the honey and the olive oil together. They believe in a lot in the cleaning process. They used to clean their face a lot, and also they did a lot of lotions. They love to moisturize their faces, and that is the priority for Greek women, to clean the face, to have a soft and a light um, color skin. And for that, they used to make, for example, the chalk, and also the white lead. This is very toxic and very dangerous, my friend, but they didn't know it. So Greek women mixed with some water, the white lead and the chalk, and they used that, product in the whole face. They wanted to have a lighter skin because they considered that it was the beauty ideal. So it's incredible. I discovered that a lot of women in an early age died because the use of these products. Only the high class were able to use, the beauty treatment, the beauty products. It's incredible. But we can take the good things about the combination of olive oil that they combined with the charcoal to produce their own beauty products, because they didn't have any other process, any other factory to do that. It's incredible. And today, my friends, a lot of brands use the honey and the olive oil to produce creams, to produce perfumes, body lotions, etc. So I love honey, to use honey in my bath. I used to take some drops and put it in my bathtub. Also, I used to do mask with honey and egg. This is something not Greek, but combining the honey, that is very good because it gives me a soft texture in my face. I don't do it a lot, but you know, once every 4 months, I do this mask between honey and egg. That is wonderful. So this is my discovery for today for Greek women beauty products. Thank you so much. And let's go to who? To the Greek food in the Miracle Diet section. Let's go. Let's go to learn more about the Greek food, my friends. Let's continue. Oh, so I love Greek food, since I discovered this wonderful cuisine all the time. I try to go, I try to visit. In the first place, I prefer the Cuban cuisine because I'm 100% Cuban. So, in the second place, I go to that restaurant that is located in Malibu, and the name is Taverna Tony, where they have wonderful place. They have the appetizer, the hummus appetizer, different kind of hummus. Also, they have the lamb ribs with vegetable and basmati rice, with their own spices and herbs. They have the Greek cuisine have a lot of influences from Byzantine era, from the Romans, also from the Ottoman Empire. The Turkish people. And the Italian, because the Italian were in Greece around 13th century, and this cuisine was influenced by, Italy also. For example, when I go to Greek restaurant, I enjoy a lot a vegan plate that they have. Um, that is grape leaves, like a roll of grape leaves with rice and meat. Also, they have wonderful vegetable, a specific vegetable like leaves, a kind of radish that they use, and I also enjoy, for example, the fish, because it's very lean, it's very healthy, and it's baked in a good, in a good temperature. I love that. I love to combine, for example, a lot of vegetable in a plate like them, because they use a lot of vegetable. That is the success of their cuisine. A lot of vegetable, a little bit of rice, and a lot of protein. They give protein a lot of, I would say, importance. And also, they have a cheese, the Greek cheese, the feta cheese, that they include in their salads. They have this famous salad in many restaurants in Los Angeles. Even if you go to a Turkish or a Persian or Armenian restaurant, you can find the Greek salad. This, I think, is um, the most famous salad in these restaurants. Yes, it's incredible how they do like hummus of Greek yogurt, tzatziki, that is the name, and that is delicious because they put a kind of herb and lemon, and you can eat it as an appetizer. So they have a lot of plates in your table that you can taste, the hummus, and then the entrees, and then the dessert. The desserts are fabulous, and again, they still use the honey as the main sugar, component in this healthy sugar component in their dessert. Honey all the time is present. For example, I love to eat a bugazza, that is like a filo pastry dessert, and inside they put vanilla cream, and in the top they put honey. Also, the famous baklava, that is a dessert that all these countries in the Mediterranean share in common. The bugazza, I mean the baklava, is very similar to bugazza but smaller. It's filo pastry with nuts. This is other thing that they use, nuts like pistachios and other kind of nuts. Not too many. They don't use peanuts, but they use hazelnut and pistachios, mainly pistachios. When you go here to Greek pastries, they have a lot of dessert with pistachios, and pistachios, as you know, is the most expensive nut in USA. Imagine that. So I invite you, my friends, to visit Greek restaurants in USA. We have a lot of wonderful Greek restaurants, and try the Mediterranean food, because it's one of the best things to eat. It's one of the best Mediterranean diet in the world. It's included in that zone in the map. The Mediterranean countries provide the Mediterranean diet, and this diet comes from Italy, Greece, Croatia, different parts, Spain also. So let's try this wonderful food, and you will tell me you will enjoy a lot. Thank you. Let's go to a musical cut. It is así.
Con mi tumbao
De La Habana traigo un chat
qué bueno está.
para bailar y gozar.
Atrévete un poco más.
Rica chat
Es mi cha cha cha.
de La Habana.
fiesta. Oye, yo te traigo fiesta. I love to bring party. I love to bring joy. I love to bring movement, positivity, optimism to all of you. And today, Martians have arrived and they were dancing what kind of rhythm? Cumbia, cumbia, this sensual and very delightful dance from Colombia. Okay, let's try these basic steps that you can practice at home. Okay, put your right foot in the back, the left in the front. You go to the right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You change. Okay, the left in the back, the right in the front. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, first of all, you have to get your feet together, and then you have to put here the right foot in the back, and then you move to the right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You put your hands like this, or you put your hand like this, or you put your hands like this. Then you change your feet, and then you go to the left. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's very easy to dance, my friends. Last Saturday I had an event and I went to with my band to perform, and the audience and the people asked me to sing cumbia. So it was a pleasure for me to sing and dance cumbia rhythms because it's so energetic and very, very easy to dance. Let's try with music, the cumbia. You can turn around, continue. You can put your hands like this. You can change. You can change. Again. Continue with the music. Let's practice. Remember, the hips is like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 when you go to the side. Remember? 1, 2, 3, 4. You change, then go to the left. Remember the hips. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, if you want to dance around, the movement of the hips is like a circle, like a round, like this. Let's try. Well, my friends, when you have dominated the feet, the hips, you have to include your arms. Arms are very important in the dance. So in cumbia, the women used to put the hands here in the waist, and also they take their skirt and move the skirt when they dance. This is beautiful. So the skirt, the name of the skirt is pollera, and colora is because of the name. The red has a reddish color. So let's go. Let's try this movement of the arms. Imagine you have a skirt. You see? You don't need to move this torso, okay? You don't need to move this torso. You can do this. You can go down. And then you just move the hips, not the hands, okay? The torso has to be, in this position. They don't use like this. No. This dance mostly is, I would say, the movement is focused in this part of the body, the hips and the feet. They move the hands, but not a lot, just with the skirt. Most of the time, you can see this dance between a couple. Yes, and the man has a beautiful hat, and they and he's flirting with the girl, everything, trying to invite her, trying to dance with her, and he's more aggressive than her. She's more cautious. She's maintaining, her character, but she's also smiling. They are very connected, and I see Colombian dancers enjoying a lot this dance because they flirt between each others, and it's incredible. So my friends, thank you. I hope you enjoy the cumbia rhythm and practice, because dancing is the best exercise ever, and you can dance in your home, you can dance in your bathroom, you can dance in your living room, in your patio, whatever, wherever place. So remember, do exercise, do dancing, and you will enjoy and you will happy. Let's continue with our sponsor, Father Brieva. He's one of the best realtors in South Florida. Why? Because he can give you the best advice if you want to buy a home, or if you want to buy an apartment, or just to ask some questions about the market, about the real estate market that right now is very, very high. Right now, if you want to buy a house, it's very expensive. And some economists said that in this year, we're going to have a recession, we're going to have an intense economic crisis, that maybe those houses will be 20% less expensive than now. So I recommend you to call him and just asking about how is the market. Am I able to buy a home or an apartment or a studio? Okay. Thank you so much, my friends. I enjoy the show. My friends, in Mapamundi, we have this wonderful, beautiful country. Oh my God, Greece, Greece. We're gonna talk about interesting facts about Greece. Um, Ancient Greece had a lot of city-states, and we have to know that Athens, one of them, also Sparta and Olympia, and each city has different laws, different government, and a different army. This is incredible that we copy this kind of government style that we have today. Thanks to these wonderful philosophers, that they were the founders of the Western civilization. Also, the marathons came from ancient Greece. As we all know, the marathon is a sport competition that was originated in Greece. So there's a person, a man called Pheidippides, that ran 26 miles from Marathon to Athens. Also, my friends, I find out that about one third of the ancient Greeks were slaves. Incredible. Oh my God, I didn't know it. So Greece have slaves too, and also Egypt, also Africa for sure. Is what we all know. But in these countries, they had slaves too. And you know what, my friends? The policemen were slaves. also the craftsmen, and a lot of people who work in the navy were slaves. Oh my God, it's incredible! Wow. And the worst thing is that they were never get paid. I didn't know that. Oh my God, this is incredible. I love to read about civilization, about culture, and we can learn so many things and discover interesting things about this country. In Sparta, for example, the state, the people from the state own the slaves and they call helots. In Athens, for example, they treated the slaves slightly, better, and they welcomed the slaves with a ceremony. That is wonderful. Thank you, Athens, to be more human, to be nicer with the slaves. These people were used to work in the country. They grow crops, and the state also asked them to give them some some part of these crops they grew. This is incredible. Another thing, the juries were huge when they had a court case. They had around 500 people, members of the jury. You know that Greek had this word called arete, and arete means excellence. They were very focused in the full potential of the human being. Another thing, they worshipped many gods and goddesses. As we all know, we have Aphrodite, goddess of love and fertility; Apollo, god of the sun and music; Athena, goddess of war; Hermes, the messenger of the gods; and the most famous is Zeus, the king of the gods. 12 12 gods and goddesses were in the Mount Olympus. They were located there, and they used to go and pray and give them, flowers and food, and they venerate a lot their gods and goddesses. Greeks call themselves Hellenes. I think in English it's like that, Hellenes or Hellenes. Okay, they never call each other Greeks. Yes, this name actually came from the Romans. The Romans were a lot of years in Greece, and they created that name for Greek people. The Romans, as you say, as you know, the Romans copy a lot of Greeks' inventions, tradition, culture, but the Romans also improve what the Greek created. For example, in their buildings, they had wonderful, great engineers, and they created new things to improve, to have a better construction, a better building, in their space, in their cities. The yo-yo. Do you know who invented the yo-yo? The Greeks, my friend. The second oldest toy in the world is the yo-yo. That is this plastic round circle that we all know, in Latin America and Cuba. And with that what is the name, what is
String.
it was that string, they used to play a lot. So the yo-yo, when I was a child, I played with the yo-yo as well. So my friends, these are some interesting news, some interesting things about Greek culture and Greek society. I hope you enjoy it, and if you want to discover more, read, learn, discover, be curious. Always we have to learn something new every day, something, at least one thing. Let's continue, my friends, with Sabroso and Crazy.
Dame almendra y aguil.
Ay, mi madre. Oh my God. Philosophers. Greek philosophers are my favorite. Why? Because their minds was a genius. They right now their quotes are so present in our lives, are current in our society. We have, famous Greek philosophers like Socrates, and he said that one thing only I know, and that is that I know nothing. You know that phrase. And also, to find yourself, think for yourself. If you want to find yourself, think alone in like a meditation moment. Think yourself. This is very interesting and thoughtful thought. Plato, he said, love is a serious mental disease. Yes, because he discovered that when people are in love, they don't think very clear. They are very, like, a little bit crazy. They don't know what they're doing, or they don't know what they're talking about, etc. And another thing Plato said is, at the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. Wow, this is beautiful. So when people are in love, you have the energy, you have the mental awareness, you have the, like, spiritual character, spiritual personality, that you can become a poet, because you're inspired. You have that feeling, that sensation in your body, and this sensation is something beautiful, wonderful. So everybody, come on, we have to be in love to become poets. As Plato said, Aristotle, one of the most famous Greek philosophers, and also he was the teacher of Alexander the Great, this incredible warrior. And thanks to Alexander the Great, the Greek culture was expanded in Europe and also in Asia, when he conquered part of Asia. This is incredible. The quote that Alexander the Great said when he was entering the Asia continent, and he asked to one of his generals, "Okay, where are we going right now?" And the general said, "Well, the map ends here, so I don't know what is coming in this after that mountain." So he said, no matter what we have in front of us, we have to be courageous, we have to be strong, and we have to be able to deal with new situation. We have to have the power to conquer everything that is in our life. This is one of the great quotes about Alexander the Great. And of course, the famous Pythagoras, this Greek philosopher that influenced mathematics. We have the Pythagorean theorem. Also, he wrote about ethics, about music, about religion, and a lot of scientifics were influenced by Pythagoras, like Isaac Newton, also Copernicus, yes, and Kepler. Pythagoras, right now we use Pythagoras mathematical, for example, metric system in the music. Yes, it comes from Pythagoras. So, my friends, this is some of the Greek philosophers that I want to share with you, some quotes and some achievement they did. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy this part of the show.
Vengo yo,
Con mi tumbao,
de La Habana traigo un chan,
qué bueno está.
pa' bailar y gozar.
Atrévete un poco más. Es mi cha-cha-cha. De La Habana vengo yo. De La Habana vengo yo.
Con la bimbo fuera con la gozadera, yo te traigo un cha-cha-cha, pa' que bailan tanto afuera.
Ritmo de mi Cuba bella. Pa' que tú bailes, pa' que tú goces, morena.
Este es un homenaje a dos grandes de la música, Cachao y Perestrado. ¡Dale, mambo! Woo! My friends, this is the Mojave microphone that I use record, my music productions and other music project, for example, soundtracks. For example, for actors, when they ask me to, "Oh, I have to do like kind of scene, a voiceover," we use Mojave Audio. Mojave microphone. A microphone is one of the best microphones in the market. You can get it on internet, mojaveaudio.com, and you can choose from a great variety of microphones and products. Excuse my English. So today we're gonna talk in this section about marriage in ancient Greece. Do you know what did they do? How did they choose a girlfriend, a bride, a woman, a girl? Oh my God! All the marriages in ancient Greece were arranged, and sometimes they use matchmakers. So those matchmakers choose the right person, the right female, that most of the time were girls, were children. Imagine that. Greece gave a lot of importance to reproduction, to fertility. Very, very. They wanted to have like a social benefit in the society. They were not focused in the relationship of the partner. They were not asking for, okay, if you want to marry that person, you have to love her. No, they were not focused in that. They were focused in the benefit of the society, to have kids, to have a family, to have a descendants. Imagine that. So they didn't care about if you love her or you don't love him. Wow. I don't like that part. I'm sorry, Greek people. I don't like that part. When you learn about history, about culture, and about civilization, you can take the positive things and the negative things, you know what to do. So right now, thanks God, thanks the universe, and thanks to the modern world, we have the freedom to choose a person, you know that you love. It's very, very important. So Greek had this preference that, first of all, the most important thing is the public interest. They were not very individualist as other culture. They were very society convenience. What is the best for the society? What is the best for the community? What is the best thing to all of us? Not independent people. So they favor women who can bear kids, who can have descendants. So, my friends, it's incredible. I didn't know that. I discovered this yesterday. So, this is an interesting thing about marriage in ancient Greek. Let's go to entertainment today, and let's uh, let's go and find out who's gonna be nominated for the Oscars. Continue. We have the Oscars nomination, my friends. Oh my God, Priyanka Chopra from London gave, the nominations, and everybody's excited because in this pandemic, the Academy wants to control the social distance. They don't want to have a lot of guests. They don't want to have a lot of presenters, and it's great to have this. Kind of care because of the pandemic. So, regarding nomination, we have for best movie, Nomadland, the judge of the Chicago 7, right? Minari. We have Beautiful Vengeance, Metal Sound, The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank also. As a best director, Chloe Zhao, Lisa Young, David Fincher, Emerald Fennell, and Thomas Vinterberg. Wow, we have two women as best directors. I thank God the Academy is more inclusive and more diverse as well. As an actor, we have the late Chadwick Boseman. He died last year, and they nominated Chadwick for Blues Mother. Riz Ahmed, I think he's an Arabic actor. The Metal Sound for the movie Metal Sound, he's nominated. Gary Oldman for Mank. I love Gary Oldman. He's always good. He's always consistent in his work. And Stephen Young as a best actor in Minari. For actresses, we have Carey Mulligan, like Beautiful Vengeance, Frances McDormand, this wonderful and unpredictable and very, uh, I think, a little bit crazy actress that I enjoy a lot when I see her, in films. Vanessa Kirby, you know, uh, Women Fragments is the name of the movie. And Andra Day, the United States versus Billie Holiday. Andra Day was the actress who performed Billie Holiday. This is a wonderful actress, and I wish you the best luck. And being nominated for the Oscar is just a victory to all of you. You are great actors, and I hope some of you will get the Oscar. And my friends, let's watch these movies that we have in Netflix and also in other networks. So I love to start watching, for example, The Father with Anthony Hopkins. Is one of my best actor ever. So right now in pandemia, we have more time, yes, at home. So we have to enjoy you know our moments, our free time in Netflix, most of us. So watching these movies will give us like a emotional connection, and we're gonna admire these actors performance. So let's see which one is your favorite. Let's go to Evolution. In evolution in art, my friends, we're gonna talk about Greek art. I study Greek art in some classes in the university, and I enjoy a lot. Why? Because their art is classic, and we are all influenced by the Greek art, the Greek architecture. For example, if you go to Abraham Lincoln monument in Washington, D.C., you can admire these beautiful columns because they created columns like Doric columns, Ionian column, Corinthian column, and you see, for example, in the city in our modern world that a lot of buildings reproduce have Greek columns, and as you all know, the Parthenon is one of the most famous um, architecture, Greek architecture in the world. Is the most visited site for tourists. And I hope we as soon as this pandemic ends, I will go to Greece because I want to admire Parthenon. Recently, well, a few years ago, some yes, engineers and art historians, they did some kind of improvement in the construction, in the building of the Parthenon. They did not want to put stones and to make it perfect. No, they wanted to leave it as as it is, but to check how is the balance of the columns, the Parthenon. Um, art, symmetric lines, asymmetric lines, and they discover, and in a documentary, that the lines, for example, from the bottom to the top were not perfect aligned. No, there were some kind of inclination in the columns. There were some kind of inclination in part of the building. They did not find any 100% perfect line. It's incredible. We have to respect what they did, but we have to care our heritage, our art buildings, and it's wonderful to be there and spend some hours admiring these Greek art objects that they have also in one of the museum in Athens. So my friends, also that who was the person in charge of the Parthenon building? Who was it? Well, it was the Greek general Pericles, and Pericles was in charge of the Parthenon construction. This is incredible, and it took several years to finish. But Pericles was a great general, a Greek general, yes, person, that he was the head, in charge of this operation, I would say. This is wonderful, and every time I read, I see the Parthenon, the art objects that were inside the Parthenon, because the Parthenon is dedicated to Athens, the goddess of war. Um, they used to have the Athens, the statue, inside the Parthenon, so they had to remove, the goddess, because it was very damaged, etc. But I love to admire and to watch carefully every detail in every art object. It's not just to go to the museum and watch it and that's it. I go. We have to sit down in a chair, or what they have available, and we have to analyze. You have to watch carefully every detail, because every detail has something to tell you about the culture, about their life, etc. So, my friends, let's go. Everybody, after the pandemic, let's go to Greece and admire this beautiful, beautiful country. Oh my God. They're going to invite me because I'm giving them a lot of promotion to Greece, tourists, Greece tourism. Thank you so much, my friend. And let's continue with the musical cut.
Con mi tumbao,
De La Habana traigo un chat
qué bueno está.
pa' bailar y gozar.
Atrévete un poco más. Es mi cha cha cha. De La Habana vengo yo. De La Habana vengo yo.
Thank you so much, my friends, for being here, for your love, your attention, your support. Thank you. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Yamila Guerra Show, and also in Facebook Live, The Yamila Guerra Show. Remember, every day from Monday to Friday, we're going to have shows at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, or 1:30, I think, 4:30, better. Yes, and in Spanish, for Spanish speakers, we're going to be 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed. And remember, share, 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 share. Thank you. A lot of kisses for you.
La Habana vengo yo.